Late at night, a disheveled girl flagged down a taxi outside a hospital. Strangely, her face was very pale. The driver, without thinking much of it, let her in. Once inside, the girl whispered that she wanted to go home. But when she told him her destination, the driver was startled. Many of the fares were from years ago. After the girl nodded in confirmation, the driver prepared to drive off quickly. To ease the tense atmosphere, the driver struck up a conversation, saying he had only recently started driving and usually didn't take jobs in rural areas. However, seeing the girl waiting alone for a taxi in the middle of the night was dangerous, and since he had met her, he felt responsible for getting her home safely. Hearing this, the girl in the back seat, a strange smile suddenly appeared on his lips, as if mocking the driver's pity. The car quickly left the city. Although it was remote, there were streetlights and signs, but at a fork in the road, the navigation suddenly prompted him to turn onto a dirt road. The driver hesitated, thinking of that movie, The Golden Nugget Secret Manual, and then he had no choice but to drive in. The driver was a little scared along the way. There were no streetlights around, and there were obstacles on both sides. The girl in the back seat remained silent. Just as the driver was wondering whether to turn back, a sign suddenly appeared in front of him. He was back on the road. It seemed to be just a way out. He felt a pang of guilt for his earlier suspicions about the girl. The driver stopped in front of a small house and quickly called for the girl to get out, but there was no response after several calls. She seemed to be asleep. Left with no other option, the driver got out and rang the doorbell. An elderly couple answered. The driver explained that their daughter had taken a taxi home from the hospital. The old man looked incredulous. The old woman rushed out to see her daughter, but quickly regained her senses and hurriedly paid the driver the fare. The driver accepted the money and then led the couple to pick up their daughter. Strangely, the girl in the back seat was nowhere to be found. The driver seemed a bit flustered, but the old father was somewhat bewildered. Seeing the driver's strange expression and his confusion, the elderly father quickly explained that his daughter had passed away in the hospital 10 days prior. He assumed she missed her parents and kept trying to hitchhike home. The couple were very grateful to the driver for his kindness, thinking the girl was a filial daughter. He even saw her mother's amulet, which seemed to have been left to him. Suddenly understanding, he rallied and continued working, remembering his family needed him to support. Thinking of his deceased daughter's unwavering devotion to her parents, he also felt a pang of longing for his mother. But as soon as this thought crossed his mind, the deceased girl reappeared in the back seat.